Now the car's been saltier than a Spanish mackerel's butthole. Welcome back to SKT. This week is going to be a controversial one. We take you to a world famous location that, funnily enough, not many Aussies actually explore.
How's this campsite? You're literally in the jungle right now. You're going to make a few people's skin crawl. The thing about doing your laundry in a rainforest is there's all these little bugs that are getting on our sheet.
I finally hook a good fish, and I guarantee this 4x4 track will make 99% of people crap their ducks. And I mean literally bring 2 pairs of undies for this one. But we find a simple but major issue with Leroy and reveal why this one special bolt can take any vehicle off the road.
Potentially put you off the road. Now,
we take a hard stance and explain how following YouTubers' actions put you and your setup at risk without you even knowing.
At some point we have to be good role models. Obviously people lose around 5 caravans a year.
We finished fixing our broken exhaust pipe at Blair's Allo, and a quick sound check later.
Give it a little stab.
And we are off to explore one of the most magical and underrated places in Australia. That is the Daintree rainforest. The oldest rainforest in the world actually, and it dates back over 180 million years old. It's where 2 of the World Heritage Sites meet, the Daintree and the Great Barrier Reef, but like we'll show you in this video, it is so much more than just that. We put Leroy and Keith on a barge across the Daintree River, and before we knew it, we were climbing jungle mountains as the twin-turbo V8 echoes through this ancient rainforest. We made it to what we think is one of the coolest bush camps in Australia. This one is called the Daintree Siesta, and you can't help but feel like you're in the set of a Jurassic Park film.
Rightio guys, exciting plans for today. We are tackling the infamous Bloomfield Track. Now this is a sick track. If you come into the Daintree, you got to give it a crack. It is probably not the hardest track you'll ever do in terms of four-wheel driving, but there's parts of this track that'll make your butthole tight as. So anyway, let's go check it out. Hopefully we don't crap ourselves today. And yeah, there's some river crossings. We're obviously in a jungle. It's wicked, and hopefully we don't run into Tarzan and Jay. But let's jump in the car, hit the Bloomfield. I'm so pumped to start this track. Right, yeah, we got a bit of a crossing here. This is the start of the Bloomfield, but it's not hard at all. It definitely gets a lot higher than this. And this is a really good chance for us to get a little underbody wash after Fraser Island and all those other spots. So yeah, this is as fresh as the water gets and stuff. Now the car's been saltier than a Spanish mackerel's butthole.
It went a bit fast.
Yeah, I was giving the car a bit of a wash. But yeah, that's the start of the track, and it's not hard at all. I'd reckon that's about a 2 out of 10 in hardness for river crossing scales, and you just about get your RAV4 over there, but it does get deeper than that. Today it was easy. It could get hard when you guys get here.
I feel like last time we did it was a bit deeper and like the water was so clear and pretty, whereas it seems like there was less water this time.
Definitely. But we've dropped the tyres too. That's another thing to add. We're running around 25 pound all around, and that's just to make it a bit more comfortable today. And also the track does get very steep, so you sort of want all the traction you can get, especially if it is raining. Luckily for us today, it is beautiful. There's not a cloud in the sky. But this is sick. You're literally in a jungle. You're in a rainforest. So cool. The air as well. As soon as we got into the Daintree, the air changes. Like it's, you know, all this jungle greenery is all photosynthesizing, and it's just pumping out pure oxygen in here. So yeah, you feel good when you're in here. and there's no place like this, so you definitely have to check it out if you are coming to Queensland. And the dream lap, we had to show you guys this, the Bloomfield track. Come on. 20% incline. This is Donovan Range, and yeah, this is pretty steep. No rain today, so it's pretty grippy, and I've just got it in first gear, manual mode, and we're absolutely chuffing up here. But if you're towing anything, I'd strongly suggest going low range, because yeah, your torque converter will be red hot by the time you get to the top if you're in an automatic. But check it out, it's absolutely beautiful, and it is the steepest road, one of the steepest roads you'll ever be on.
I feel like the camera will never do this place justice. It's like so beautiful. You're looking out the window, huge cliffs, rainforest. It's honestly just incredible.
You just got to watch cars coming the other way, like just then. But we're coming down the range now, Donovan Range, 23% this side. But and it literally feels like you're sitting, like you don't need to put any pressure of sitting in the seat, like you feel like you're on your back almost, like it's pretty steep.
Yeah, the camera does not give it any justice. You literally are just like straight back in your seat. It's so weird.
The gizzards are at the back door at the moment, but yeah, you wouldn't know it, because like Sarah said, the camera's like job is to level the horizon to make everything
and we've got
stable.
like such a big fisheye on it that it sort of just makes everything look, yeah, not as hectic as it is.
Oh, my ears are popping harder than a candy factory right now. We made it safely through the Bloomfield track, and stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm going to be exposing the hidden deadly risk of this track and why you shouldn't be copying the influencers.
Okay, so we just finished the Bloomfield track, and right at the end of the track is an absolute treat. There's a massive, beautiful waterfall here. It's called the Bloomfield Cascades, and it is huge.
Check this out. That is such a sick waterfall. We've just walked further down the track. I'm spewing I didn't bring my fishing rod, because it does say there's crocs here, otherwise I'd be swimming. And if there's crocs here, there's obviously something for them to eat, so there could be some fish in here, but who knows? I have no idea. But heap of current, heap of like big deep pools here. I would love to throw a little soft plastic in them, but hey, the car's too far to go get the rod, so I'm going to bang the drone up and show you guys how cool this joint looks from the sky. It is absolutely insane, and it's way bigger in real life than what it looks like on the camera screen there. So.
With a couple crocodiles around, it was time to wet a line, because crocodiles equal fish.
Oh no! Oh, spewing. At least it's like there.
Righty, I thought I had a barramundi, but it turns out it was just like a little GT. It's still probably 500 mil, I reckon, but check that out, snap me treble. I did the drag up on him because he was taking me to the cleaners for a second, and yeah, snapped the treble off. So I've never done that before, but yeah, lesson learned, not to turn the drag up too much. But I had to stop him because he was going to go under about 20 logs. So. But how cool is this? And we're going to chuck the drone up and show you the croc. We've got a croc just sitting here, sitting on the blanket bank of Bloomfield. Bit of a tongue twister for you. But yeah, that was good fun. Spewing, I didn't land it.
I reckon this is a 3 metre male saltwater crocodile. It's slightly too big to be a female, but one thing's for sure, it's definitely not the biggest one that would be in this river, but it is pretty cool to get up and close to these deadly creatures and just watch them chilling before it annihilates a fish or something. But anyway, what we're about to show you might just be the most far north Queensland thing you'll see on the internet.
Christmas is fast approaching, guys, and it is the hardest job of the year, picking a present for one of your loved ones. Now, let me make it a little bit easier for you. iCheck, TPMS are having their biggest sale of the year, and if you use the discount code SKT on any tyre pressure monitoring system on the iCheck website, you're going to get 10% off, free shipping, plus a free set of tyre deflators. These things are valued at $89, guys, and the complete discount is well over $100. So now is the time to get a tyre pressure monitoring system for your loved one or for yourself. Treat yourself, guys. Not only is it going to increase safety while you're out there driving on the road, but I guarantee you or your loved one is going to love it. It's the best TPMS on the market, and like I said, it is for a limited time, and it's only while stocks last, guys. Free deflators, 10% off, plus free shipping if you use the discount code SKT.
Rightio, this is something you don't see every day, and we're on the Bloomfield Track.
Far North Queensland things.
An old mate is just hitching a ride on the top of it, of the car in front of us there.
You guys can also head off.
Rightio, we're coming back out of Bloomfield. I can't believe I lost that fish. I did the drag up too tight, learnt my lesson. Anyway, we're coming up Bloomfield Track, and we've got a question for you guys.
Very, very important question.
A quiz of such. Do you guys know, let us know in the comments below, if you know what a broggy is.
Because we said this word to our friends the other day, and they're East Coasters, and they were like, what in the world is a broggy? So we're like, is this just a WA thing?
So we're not going to tell you what it means. You have to comment down below what you think a broggy means. And if I was to put it in context, it would be...
I just did a sick broggy.
I did a broggy. Okay? So let us know in the comments what you think it means. And have you ever heard it before? And no cheating, no reading anyone else's comments and then copying. Tell us what you reckon. We need to know if it's a WA lingo thing. Rightio, it's a new day today. How's this campsite? You're literally in the jungle right now, and Sarah's just doing some laundry, as you can see. But the thing about doing your laundry in a rainforest is there's all these little bugs that are getting on our sheets, which is probably going to make a few people's skin crawl. But yeah, it's either that. We're going up to the Cape, so Sarah figured she'd rather do it in the rainforest than
the last time we're going to be connected to water for a while, so yeah, that had to happen.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. This site's got water as well, which is crazy. But yeah, there's all these like little bugs. We're going to give them a little we're going to have to give them a little shake out before we obviously put them back on the bed. But yeah, how cool is this? And at any moment, like cassowaries could be cruising through. Like, it is pretty magical in the Daintree, and like it does feel different, the ground here. It just feels prehistoric and ancient, and yeah, almost like we shouldn't be in here with all of our stuff. So cool. And yeah, power and water as well. The only thing that I will say is Starlink. I've actually had to put it on the roof, on the spoiler there, on the mullet of the van, because that's the only little bit of blue sky that we're getting through this crazy cool canopy here. So yeah, if a byproduct is no internet, then yeah, we'll take that.
When you're in the Daintree, there is not many places you can actually safely swim. So today we're going to one of the most popular water holes here that is 100%, well, they say it's 100% safe to
Nothing
swim.
is 100% with crocs, and if Kakadu and Litchfield are anything to go off, it's about 50% safe.
Yeah, so there'll be other people swimming, so she'll be right.
But we drove over the river to, like, it's connected to this swimming hole, and I said to Sarah before, how do they know there's no crocs in here? Because it's like, you know, crocs swim and walk and do all sorts of stuff.
I guess
to find
the water's
food.
just so clear that you can see that there's no crocodiles. So
anyway,
we shall see.
We'll take their word for it.
Yeah, but it's called Mason's Swimming Hole, and there's like a little cafe and stuff here. It's in a bit of a weird spot, but yeah, you just walk through the cafe and then the swimming hole's behind, so we'll show you guys that.
Very close to Tribulation, so if you're coming down to Tribulation, yeah, we'll have a look. Right, so we've actually discovered that it's $1 per person to swim in this swimming hole, and with a big budget like that, I doubt they're doing croc sweeps, safety sweeps every morning. Gotta be quiet. Look at this. Look at this. Wow, cuz. Look at this. It's freezing, is it?
No, I mean, I get neuropathy, so I went, husband to hold me, and my body went into shock. I went, gotta get out. Get out.
We've been sitting in the sun, so I reckon it'll be even colder probably then. You go first, Sarah. Them fish will probably eat you though. Look at the size of that one. Oh, they're coming to nibble your feet.
Go 3 foot style.
Backflip confirmed. This is going to be either very good or very bad. Sarah pulled off a perfect cannonball with facial expressions I cannot explain. However, I'm doing her dirty here with the editing because she did me dirty and put a hair clip on my head, and I was talking to random people for hours with this hair clip on my head. I would have looked like an absolute fruiter, so this is payback. Look at this, everything's got to be so tough around here. Everything seems to have like spikes on it, or I don't know, Venus flytraps everywhere, eating all the flies.
Yeah, that just happened to me too.
Ouch. Everything has spikes. That's probably why it's all mossy up here. No one walks up here, no one's dumb enough. Look at this. So sick. And the water is that refreshing. You could keep going probably and find heaps more pools. Catch.
I present ADHD Chats, presented by Dopamine and Caffeine.
Rightio, we've just come down to the beach. How often can you see like blue water? Well, bluish. It's a bit windy today, so it's just a bit muddy, but blue water lapping up against the rainforest. It's absolutely magical. But situation, we're stuck on a deserted island. Looks like a deserted island. We need to get food. Only thing that we can do, you can't fish here. It's a sanctuary zone. Deserted island sanctuary zone. No fishing, so we've got to eat coconuts. I can't climb these trees for shit, so this is my next option. Oh, so close. Radio, we've had a fantastic day and we're ending it doing a jungle rainforest walk. Would you believe it? But nah, Sarah really wanted to do these walks, so check it out. How cool is this? And apparently, so where we're staying at the Daintree Siesta, highly recommend, 6 spot, power and water, 6 sites. Anyway, I'm off track. They have an old crocodile enclosure, so we are going to go check that out. Hopefully there's no crocs in it because you can swim in it now, but I want to see this croc enclosure. What did this place used to be? That's what we're trying to work out. I reckon we go right, Sarah. This is the musky rat trail. This is where we belong. Oh, check that out through the barrel. Oh, a big bug just landed on me. Oh, there was a musky rat. It was legit a rat. Big fuck. It was a hamster. It was a hamster rat. It's in the bush here. There it is. Out the back there. See it? Hamster rat. That could be one of those little... In all seriousness, the musky rat's probably not going to give you too much trouble unless you got some toe cheese. It might come and give you a little nibble, but one thing you definitely have to watch out for is cassowaries. They are dangerous and they are quite territorial, especially if they've got young ones around. And let me tell you, they walk through these joints all the time. Every day, the cassowaries are in the Daintree Siesta and you do not want to run into one on the track. Legit, this is an old croc enclosure. Like, look, it's got the roll bar across the top so they can't get out. Get into this. Come into the croc enclosure. Well, I don't know if I'm swimming in here. Not because of crocs, because I don't want to get dengue fever. Look at that.
Shit. Little crockies living there.
I'll get in there now.
Not very deep, Keels.
This is sick. So this used to be where a crocodile lived. I feel like you're in a prison cell because of the fence, but how's this? Having a swim in a nice pool in a rainforest. You kidding? And it is freezing. Oh. They used to call me Ian Thorpe, mate.
Nice.
It's come down.
We love the Daintree. There's nothing else like it in Australia, and I bet you can sense there's going to be a but here. And that but is, we're about to tell you why we can't spend more than 4 nights here.
Rightio, so we're just at Cape Tribulation here, and it is so beautiful. It is incredible, but we definitely feel a little bit lost because you can't fish here and you can't swim either. So there's no surfing, no any sort of aqua activities.
Sightseeing.
So you just sit and watch, but it is quite peaceful. It's just something that we're not necessarily used to.
Yeah. I said to Keelan, the Daintree really has like a calming, grounding sort of feel about it. Like you're just driving through and you just feel so like at peace.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's very like spiritual place.
Yeah, so you just got
A lot
to...
of people are just going to think I'm a bit woo-woo.
Nah, but freaking, you just got to relax, and I'm just not used to relaxing like this, so it feels a bit weird not doing some sort of activity and like making the most of your day. It's just strange.
As I clearly struggle to sit still, we find a serious issue with Leroy, something that's rare for us. We're not used to anything like this, and if I can't fix this issue, it could see us on a truck going to the closest mechanic.
Rightio, here's a classic example of why I like to carry the gear with me, and I've just cross-threaded. Well, I've probably serviced this car about 200 times, and I serviced it the other day, and I have sheared the thread off a bolt, as you can see there. But the issue was that this is not a M4 bolt, this is not an M5 bolt, this is an M4.5 bolt, and it is responsible for keeping our airbox sealed and clamped down. Now, this is an aftermarket airbox built by Patrol Doctor Fabrication. Yeah, good airbox. I've never had issues with it, but what I will say is when you shear a bolt off and you don't have that exact bolt, that is an issue because you can't seal your airbox and you can't drive. So one bolt could potentially put you off the road. Now, this is the airbox. As you can see, that there is actually an M4.5 size thread. So what I've done is I've gone and got I've got an M5 tap here. I carry taps just in case I have to do stuff like this. So yeah, I've just tapped the hole out to an M5. I've got M5 bolts now that fit. So I've literally just tapped out my airbox, and if it didn't work, or if I didn't correctly tap this out properly, we could have been on a truck essentially to the nearest mechanic here in far north Queensland. It starts to get a bit iffy, so what I'm going to do is just M5 tap all these, so then it makes it a more universal bolt size, and that way I can carry spare bolts, so if this ever happens again, it's not going to put us off the road. So there you go, little roadside bit of bush mechanics there, and yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I know that I'm doing it. So there's a little secret for you. Always carry spares, always carry things that you can fix things with, and taps, drill bits and taps is one thing that I've always carried, and I've carried them for 4 years. I've never had to use it, but when you use it, like I just said, it saves you from having to be on the back of a tilt tray, and yeah, you won't use it for 4 years, but one day it might come in handy. That was a green ant. Just tighten this back up and hopefully, fingers crossed, it can get us through. Little handy tip too, if you are tapping things, like if you are using a tap to make a thread bigger or repair a thread or whatever you're doing, make sure you use some sort of lubricant and use your tap on a very slow speed. Now you can get hand taps or you can use your drill if it's like a drill bit type tap, but like I said, low speed is key. Getting it dead square, dead straight before you start turning it. And yeah, go in a little bit, clear the tap, clear the thread, pull it out, go in a little bit further, pull it out, clear the thread out a bit. And a few of you with dirty minds might be thinking about something else just then, but yeah, very important to use some sort of lube like WD-40, and also go nice and slow and double check everything before you do it, just in case.
Any mechanic or bush mechanic will know how crucial airboxes are for engine longevity, but it is funny to see one bolt can stop you from driving your vehicle. Now, we got that fixed and it was time to point our nose towards Cape York, one of our favourite places in Australia. But there was one thing we have to discuss with you guys we think is incredibly important to talk about, and it is a controversial one, and it is a traveller beware.
Rightio, unfortunately that's our time in the Daintree over. My hair's an absolute mess. I washed it this morning and this is the last time we're going to have a bit of fresh water for a long time. We are heading up the Cape. Now, a lot of people... Oh, is that a croc right there? No. See it?
Yeah, I think it's just a stick or something.
So we are queued up at the ferry here. We've got P1 position to get on this ferry to cross the Daintree River. And a lot of people will be asking us, are you doing the Cape? And the answer is yes. The next question is going to be, why didn't you tow the Bloomfield? Now, this is a polarizing topic. I don't like promoting towing the Bloomfield, because if the wrong person thinks that they can do it and tackle it in their setup and something goes wrong, I would feel like I'm personally responsible for that person's either really horrific injuries or death. Because let me tell you, you could literally die on the Bloomfield if you didn't know what you're doing.
And totally everyone should be responsible for their own abilities and stuff, but we have met people on the road that are like, oh, like this track was so hectic, blah blah blah, and it's just like a gravel road.
What Sarah's trying to say is that everyone's hard, a version of hard is different.
But I said it in a really bitchy way.
Yeah, but it's truthful. And we, at some point, we put ourselves on social media and on YouTube and stuff, and at some point we have to be good role models. Obviously we are with conservation, don't litter, we promote all the good things like that, but the same thing goes for full driving and dangerous tracks. Now, we're not going to tell everyone to go do the Bloomfield. If you do have the right setup, it's definitely doable. And look, we would absolutely eat the Bloomfield alive. It's not that hard.
One thing I want to add, and it's something that not many people know that haven't been to this area, is once you commit to trying to tow the Bloomfield, there's no turning around. You are committed, and that is one of the issues with trying to tackle this track with a trailer on.
You'd be able to tow it, but we're not going to show you us doing that, purely because if the wrong person sees that, tries to attempt it because they seen it on our channel and something happened to them, we would feel like absolute pricks. So why I'm saying this is because if you do cross the Daintree into the Daintree, tow the Bloomfield, you make it to Cooktown, and it's a huge shortcut. Going back across the ferry return is probably an extra hour and a half to 2 hours out of your way, but like I said, it's a lot safer. And the other thing is, they actually tell people not to tow the Bloomfield. It's not illegal, but it's definitely frowned upon. Anyway, there's a few things that we just wanted to say. And I was speaking to a local business owner in the Daintree that literally has a business right, I won't say who it is, but right next to the Bloomfield track. And he says every single year people lose around 5 caravans a year.
Yeah,
which is crazy. And what's happening is they're losing control. Either they're sliding trying to climb up these steep inclines, or they're coming down the inclines and they start to slide for whatever reason.
I know you're probably not used to me being the voice of reason, because I do dumb stuff all the time, but let me tell you, give this one a miss. And to summarise, hit the Bloomfield track in just your 4x4. It's a great day, it's a great track. Come prepared, you'll have a lot of fun. I'm well aware it's been done before with caravans, and that there are so many good experienced drivers that would eat the Bloomfield with a van on. But it's the uncontrollables that make the Bloomfield dangerous. For example, someone coming down the 31% incline when you're coming up with a van on, you have to come to a stop. It's too tight and you will start sliding. You will be out of control no matter how good you are or how good you're set up, and you could potentially fall off the side of a cliff. Another example is it could start raining and you will start sliding as well. And even better yet, this is one that I've heard recently from the business owner in the Daintree, that someone got up the 20% incline and didn't make it up the 31%. Now they're stuck in the middle. It's just not worth the risk. If you're towing a box trailer, all good. You can make your decision based on your ability. And my point is more directed to those who are coming here with big heavy caravans, dual axles, and at the end of the day, it's your decision. And the locals said it will soon be illegal because how many accidents happen yearly. I really felt like it's important to tell you guys and give you guys all the information about this track. Like I said, it's up to you, but I would prefer to see every single one of you guys stay alive, happy, and not waste thousands of dollars in damaging your setup just for the sake of saving a little bit of fuel money and giving you guys all the information to make the right decision for yourself.
But yeah, anyway, the ferry's about to get here, and we want to give you, we haven't done the Cape yet. Obviously, we're still sitting in the Daintree. We're heading to the Cape. We don't know what's in front of us now, but by the time this comes out, we would have filmed parts of the Cape. So I want to give you a little teaser of what content is to come, and I'm going to roll those clips now.
Fuck, I wasn't recording.
Holy shit!
Get up, yes, Barramundi! Got to do what you got to do. So like, bring off